Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's AEW Dynamite Recap show. The fans at the Moto Center Arena in Portland, Oregon got to see more build up to the Full Gear pay-per-view coming up next Saturday. Uh, they did start out with MJF and Adam Cole before the intro started. They were talking about, you know, the buy-in. MJF need to defend the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship against the Guns. Adam Cole's like, look, let's take on Samoa Joe as a partner. As they were talking, Daniel Garcia and Daddy Mike and his entourage came in. MJF asked him, hey, tonight, am I going to get the sports entertainer, Daniel Garcia, or am I get the pro wrestler, Daniel Garcia? And he said he's going to get the pro wrestler. They went about their business. Here comes in Kendrick Strong with that annoying Adam yell, and that's when everybody kind of went about their business. And finally, Roderick Strong, it's like, look, I guess I got to show everybody or remind everybody who Roderick Strong is. Before I get to the matches of the night, let me remind everybody it would be cool if you hit the like button, drop a comment, let me know what you thought about this week's AEW Dynamite show. Also, be a champ and click on that subscribe button. Without no further ado, let's let it rip. And after the intros, we kick things off with a AEW World Heavyweight Championship match. Even though the champion doesn't have his belt on him, makes you wonder who's going to win this one. Anyway, the challenger, Daniel Garcia, going against the champion, MJF. Good tactical match to begin things with. MJF taking over, working on the arm. Garcia took over using the high impact moves and strike. Garcia was finally, after trying a few times, hit the pile driver with one arm, got a 2 count. Garcia would apply the Dragon Slayer and lean back a little too far, which gave MJF the opportunity to reverse things, lock in the Salt of the Earth for the tap out win. MJF would offer up his a handshake. Garcia wanted to, but Daddy Mike said no. Like I said, good match. Still looks stupid having a champion not having his belt on him because somebody stole it. And yeah, the stupid thing last week. Sorry, I was a shill last week. I'm not going to be a shill this week. I just tell it like it is this week. But yeah, it just looks stupid. If somebody steals your property, they catch the person who steals your property, they got to return your property, right? Anyway, I guess that's what happens when you just put things in a hat, write a couple names down, and say, do what you want. Next. Alright, next up is tag team action. Darby Allin teaming up with Sting versus the Outrunners. And let me tell you, these Outrunners look a whole lot like the Beverly Brothers. In fact, they can probably pass for the Beverly Brothers' illegitimate sons. Anyway, doesn't matter. Short night for Darby Allin and Sting. Sting got one of the Outrunners to tap out to the Scorpion Deathlock. And we go on to the next thing. Alright, next match we have Swerve Strickland against Penta. Strickland kept going for the mask. A little Lucha Libre run to the ropes. Swerve would take the advantage after hitting a flying head scissors. Penta got the advantage back after a nice out of the ring sequence. Then that had Penta hitting a Swanton Plunger. So more back and forth. Penta snaps the arm of Swerve Strickland. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Anyway, Swerve comes back and snaps the arm of Penta, and we got some sound effects for that one. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Anyway, Penta rolled into position just right, so Swerve can hit the Swerve Stomp for the win. He would go for a mask after that. Adam Page comes out, makes a save. Swerve runs out, but Page catches up to him, hits him with a chair. Also hits the security with a chair. And instead of just having a nice little pull-apart brawl, Swerve, or to have Swerve do something to get heat. Swerve just ran out Paige. Paige catches him and hits the Deadeye from the entrance ramp onto the table, onto the floor. So within 1 week, we got, Swerve going through the table head first and just laying there. And I'm pretty sure he's going to bounce right back up. Nothing wrong. Next. Alright, next match is for the Ring of Honor Television Championship. It is Keith Lee against the champion Samoa Joe. Lee took over after a shoulder block. Joe answers by punching him down in the corner. Leapfrog dropped down cross body block would give Lee the advantage again. They just kept slugging out. Lee hits a pop-up powerbomb for a long 2 count. Joe counter a slam, locks in the rear naked choke, gets the choke out win. Keith Lee passed out, and Joe wins the match successfully, defending the Ring of Honor Championship. After the match, Joe got on the mic and said, "Look, I got bigger things to go after, like the AEW World Heavyweight Champion." So after beating pretty much everybody, he laid in the ring and said, "I'm vacating the Ring of Honor Television Championship." Out of everything we've seen before this match, this is the one thing people have problems with, which I get it. I get that, hey, instead of vacating it, just let Keith Lee win it. But this is actually some good storytelling here. Back before a lot of you were born, and before I started really paying attention to wrestling, early 80s, they had it, I think it was like 82, 83, something like that. Maybe, no, probably around 81, 80, or 80, 81. Tommy Rich was the Georgia television champion. He said, "Look, I'm going after Harley Race, the World Heavyweight Champion. I'm going to, relinquish this title so I can focus on that." So, and it made sense then. Tommy Rich at the time was, I guess, I would think he was beating every contender. Same here. Samoa Joe has beaten all the contenders. And you got the champion who's like, I don't want to take him up on his friendship or let him be my tag team partner because he wants another shot at my championship, and I got a feeling he can beat me. I barely beat him the first time. So would it make sense to put him over, Samoa Joe over even stronger? Just have Keith Lee, or just have him beat Keith Lee. That way he can say he beat everybody, and I'm relinquishing this championship to go after a bigger prize. So I actually catch the story there. But a lot of people have problems with it. And like I said, I get it. Alright, next up is Colton and Austin, the Guns, going against the Bollywood Boys. Hey, the Guns, they don't get paid by the hour too. They made very, very short work with the Bollywood Boys. Hit the 310 of Yuma and got on the mic and said, "Look, we are ready. We are going to be the next Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions." Alright, next up, we got the women's. Julie Hart going against Red Velvet. Holy crap. We got another collar and elbow lockup. That's like a record. That's got to be, what, 2 or 3 for the night? I'm not saying you got to have every match with collar and elbow tie-up or a lockup. But when you got a show where everybody attacked everybody from the get-go, it kind of cookie cutter. A little too cookie cutter. Anyway, also, were they pushing Red Velvet when the AEW got started? Weren't they pushing her pretty good? I do kind of remember, I think she won against Jay Cargill, and they were both undefeated at one time, but of course Jay beat her. But anyway, she was looking good this match until Hart counter the 10 punches of doom. She actually would pick up the win after a moonsault, then locked in the Heartless or Rings of Saturn. She had it locked in until Sky Blue came out. They stared at each other. Out came Chris Stratlander and Willow Nightingale. Willow helped out Velvet while Stratlander and Julie Hart and Sky Blue kind of played a staring game, and that's what they did. All right, now it is main event time. Jay White going against Mark Briscoe, and we got a little bit something going in this match here. If Mark Briscoe wins, he gets a shot at Full Gear instead of Jay White for the AEW World Championship, of course. Holy crap, 4. I'm just giving benefit of the doubt. 4 collar and elbow tie-ups in this whole show. Very impressive. That's got to be a record. I mean, if somebody, you know, comment in the comments if this is a record, it's got to be. Anyway, Mark Briscoe looks like he was in good shape here too. Got to see some redneck kung fu implemented, and the Cactus Jack style elbow from the apron to the floor. Jay White takes over after DDT. Comeback and exchange of strikes. The Froggy Bow for a 2 count. Urinage by White. Kiwi Crusher for 2. Finally, a sleeper suplex, DDT. Sling Blade will get the win for Jay White. Yes, she did have some shenanigans with the rest of the Bang Bang Gang. MJF will come out after the match, knocks everybody out with the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Everybody except for Jay White. Cuts a promo. Lights go out. We see on the Titantron the mass assailants attacking the Acclaim. One of them throwing Anthony Bowen through a glass window. Oh, cry me a river. Oh, wait a minute. This is how you do it. You throw him through a river, throw him through glass, and he freaking lays there. That's how you do that. Take notes. But yes, this was done right. Anyway, the devil appears, and that's how the show ends after MJF goes to the back, trying to check on them, and Joe's right there saying, hey, you're running out of friends there, buddy. And that's how the show ends. Not too bad of a show. A couple of things I've done pointed out that, just didn't make sense. The whole belt thing don't make sense. Or the world belt thing didn't make sense. The Ring of Honor television title thing, to me, it made sense. I know, like I said, you didn't get it. They should have just let Keith Lee, have it. But yeah, I know it's AEW. If they did something that made sense, it's gotta be completely by accident, in my opinion. Anyway, that does it for this week's AEW Dynamite Recap show. Hope you folks enjoyed. Again, leave a like, comment, let me know what you think. Also, be a champ and hit that subscribe button. Until then, you folks have a good one and take it easy. Thank you for checking out my video. I really do appreciate it. And of course, this is the part where I ask you, if you're not a subscriber yet, to click on that subscribe button, leave a like, also share with friends. And if you want to follow me on social media, on Twitter, X, it's at RRTATRPTV46. On Facebook, it's just Ronald Ray. And yes, I need to turn in my man card because I do have a TikTok. You can find me on TikTok at RP2Vision. As always, you have a good one. Take it easy.